Thank you.
Yes, a couple of workers from
Giving us the thoughts in there.
the West, the president of the Cross Limited.
Thank you for doing all this.
Yes, these socialist cranks insist on these days.
That's right. You want to like this port, Gerald? As a matter of fact, Finchley told me it's exactly the same port your father gets from him.
Oh, then it'll be all right. The governor prides himself on being a good judge of port. Don't pretend to know much about it.
I should jolly well hope not, Gerald. I'd hate to know all about port like one of these purple-faced old men.
Here! I'm not a purple-faced old man.
No, not yet, but then you don't know all about port, do you?
Now then, oh, you must take a little tonight. Special occasion, you know, eh?
Yes, go on, Mummy. You must drink our health.
Very well, then. Just a little, thank you. All right, Edna. I'll ring from the drawing room when we want coffee, probably in about half an hour.
Yes, Mum.
Well, well. This is very nice. Very nice. Good dinner too, Sybil. Tell Coop from me.
Absolutely first class.
Arthur, you're not supposed to say such things.
Oh, come, I'm treating Joe like one of the family, and I'm sure he won't object.
Go on, Gerald. Just you object.
Wouldn't dream of it. In fact, I insist on being one of the family now. I've been trying long enough, haven't I? Haven't I? You know I have.
Of course she does.
Well, yes, except for all last summer when you never came near me. And I wondered what had happened to you.
And as I told you, I was awfully busy at the works all that time.
Yes, that's what you say.
Now, Sheila, don't tease him. When you're married, you'll realise that men with important work to do sometimes have to spend all their time and energy on their business. You'll have to get used to that, just as I had to.
I don't believe I will. So just you be careful.
Oh, I will. I will.
Now, what's the joke?
Nothing really. I suddenly felt I had to laugh.
You're squiffy.
I'm not.
Sheila, what an expression! Really, the things you girls pick up these days.
Well, if you think that's the best cheat.
Don't be an ass, Eric.
Now stop it, you two. Arthur, what about this famous toast of yours?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, Joe, I know you agreed that we should only have this quiet little family party. It's a pity Sir George and that Lady Croft can't be with us, but they're abroad, and so it can't be helped. As I told you, they sent me a very nice cable. Couldn't be nicer. I'm not sorry we're quietly celebrating like this.
Much
But
nicer, really.
I agree.
yes, but it makes speech-making more difficult.
Well then, don't do any. We drink their health and have done with it.
Oh, it won't. It's one of the happiest nights of my life. And one day, I hope, Eric, when you've a daughter of your own, you'll understand why. Joe, I'm going to tell you frankly, without any pretenses, that your engagement to Sheila means a tremendous lot to me. She'll make you happy, and I'm sure you'll make her happy. You're just the kind of son-in-law I've always wanted. Your father and I have been friendly rivals in business for some time now, though Crofts Limited are both older and bigger than Burlington Company. And now you've brought us together. And perhaps we may look forward to the time when Crofts and Burling are no longer competing, but working together. For lower costs and higher prices.
Here, here.
Now, Arthur, I don't think we should be discussing business on an occasion like this.
Neither do I. All wrong.
Quite so, I agree with you. I only mentioned it in passing, but what I did want to say was that Sheila's a lucky girl. And I think you're a pretty fortunate young man too.
I know I am. This once anyhow.
So, here's wishing the pair of you the very best that life can bring. Gerald and Sheila.
Yes, Gerald. Yes, Sheila, darling. Our congratulations and very best wishes.
Thank you.
Oh, all the best. She's got a nasty temper sometimes, but she's not bad really. Good old Sheila.
Chump? I can't drink to this, can I? When do I drink?
You can drink to me.
All right. I drink to you, Gerald.
Thank you. And I drink to you. I hope I can make you as happy as you deserve to be.
Be careful. I'll start weeping.
Well, perhaps this will help to stop it.
Gerald, you got it! Is it the one you wanted me to have?
Yes, the very one.
Oh, it's wonderful. Look, Mummy, isn't it a beauty? Oh, oh, darling.
Steady the bumps.
Oh, it's perfect. Now I really feel engaged.
So you ought, darling. It's a lovely ring. Be careful with it.
Careful. I'll never let it out of my sight for an instant.
Well, it came just at the right moment, Gerald. That was very clever of you. Now, Arthur, if you've nothing more to say, I think Sheila and I will go into the drawing room and leave you men to discuss.
I just want to say this. Sheila, are you listening? This concerns you too. And after all, I don't often make speeches at you.
Sorry, Daddy. Actually, I was listening.
I'm delighted with this engagement. I hope it won't be too long before you get married. And I want to say this. There's a good deal of silly talk about these days, but when I speak as a hard-headed businessman who has to take risks and know what he's about, I say you can forget all this silly, pessimistic talk. When you marry, you'll be marrying at a very good time. Yes, a very good time, and soon it'll be even better. Last month, just because the miners came out on strike, there's a lot of wild talk about possible labour trouble in the near future. Don't worry. We've passed the worst of it. We employees at last are coming together to see that our interests and the interests of capital are properly protected. And we're in for a time of steadily increasing prosperity.
I believe you're right, sir.
But what about war?
Glad you mentioned it there. I'm just coming to that. Just because the Kaiser makes a speech or two, or a few German officers have too much to drink, start talking nonsense, you'll hear some people say that war's inevitable. Well, to that I say fiddlesticks. The Germans don't want war. Nobody wants war, except a few half-civilised folk in the Balkans. And why? There's too much stake these days. Everything to lose and nothing to gain by war.
Well, yes, I know, but still.
Just let me finish, Eric. You've a lot to learn yet, and I'm talking as a hard-headed, practical man of business. And I say, there isn't a chance of war. The world's developing so fast, it'll make war impossible. Look at the progress we're making. In a year or two, we'll have aeroplanes that'll be able to go anywhere. And then look at the way the automobile's making headway. Bigger and faster all the time, and then ships. Why? A friend of mine went over this new liner last week, the Titanic. She sails next week. 46,800 tons. 46,800 tons. New York in 5 days. And every luxury. And unsinkable. Absolutely unsinkable. That's what you've got to keep your eyes on. Facts like that. Progress like that. Not a few German officers talking nonsense and a few scaremongers here making a fuss about nothing. Now, you three young people, just listen to this and remember that I'm telling you now. In 20 or 30 years' time, let's say 1940, you may be giving a little party like this. Your son or your daughter might be getting engaged. And I tell you, by that time you'll be living in a world that's forgotten all these capital versus labour agitations and these silly little war scares. There'll be peace and prosperity and rapid progress everywhere. Except, of course, in Russia, which will always be behind naturally. Yes, my dear, I know I'm talking too much. But you youngsters, just remember what I said. We can't let these Bernard Shaws and H.G. Wells do all the talking. We hard-headed practical businessmen must say something sometimes, and we don't guess. We've had experience, and we know.
Yes, of course, dear. Now, don't keep Gerald in here too long. Eric, I want you a minute.